Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So today we are going to start our journal cover. Now over the last few days we have been making some little embellishments and things to go in it. So we made the paper bag journals, I've made some paper clips and also made some lovely little seam binding flowers. Now I didn't have time to make a lot of these but I've got enough in here for now, and I've kept them in this little pot, so I've got everything here. I've made some little bows as well. This is the seam binding that I coloured the other day, and I've done some fussy cutting and I've got some bits and pieces there. So this is what's going to sort of like go in the journal. And now this journal I'm going to call Vintage and Shabby because that's what the embellishment kit is called. So I thought I'd use that. Now let me just pop this underneath there, out of the way if I can. So what I have done, I've got one of the Amazon covers. Now I made these at the end of last year. They're just sort of like, I cut up some of my Amazon packaging, the little envelopes, and made some journal covers. Some sort of like ready to go ones. So this one, I'm going to quickly measure this. This one is 6 inches by about 8.5 inches, and I have, I believe, a 1.5 inch spine. So that's going to be 4 centimeters, or 15 centimeters by 21 centimeters high. Okay, so that's the size of our journal. Now I have done the pages already just to save a little bit of time. Now I'm using the grungy, it's the basic paper pack, and this is the tea and coffee. So what I have done, I've printed off 12 pages and I have printed them back on the front and the back of them. You can use your coffee stain papers, it doesn't matter, you can use whatever you like inside, but this is what I've used. And I have got 3 signatures. I thought we would move up to a 3 signature one, which is nice. Now I'm not gonna embellish these a lot because I would like this one to sort of like write in and stick pictures and things like that in, because next month I'm going up to see my granddaughter for her birthday, so that would be nice to take with us. So what I have done, like I said, I've got 4 pages in each, so we've got 12 pages. So that means there's sort of like 8 pages in each signature, like that. And what I've done, I've grunged the edges. Now this is the bit that takes the time. So what have I done? I got my scissors and rubbed it along the edge, or you can use this one, but it will take a lot longer. This is a nice one to go for smaller objects or smaller things. So if you've got like a little one, you can just go around the edges, but if you've got like pages and pages, it's easier to open up your scissors and just grunge along the edges. And the other thing I did, instead of using my Daubert to ink it, I took my whole ink pad and then just rubbed it around the edge like that, and that was so much quicker, so much quicker. So that's those. Okay, so that's our signatures in there. So there's 3 signatures. Now back to our cover. So let's see, I have got, now on the other ones we covered around the edge with book paper. So this time I'm actually going to cover the whole front with a piece. Now this is the spine here. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to wrap this around and stick it on the inside of the cover, and then I'm going to use this for my front cover. This is the Ko-fi freebie from last week. This is for the one-off and Ko-fi supporters. So I'm going to cut that in half and stick one on the front and one on the back. Because it's not big enough, as you can see, like we did before, it's just got a little edge around there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually stick this down and go and fold it around the back. So we will start with that one anyway. These are from my tea and coffee as well. So to start with, now, should I put something down? Because I will no doubt make a big mess. I'm going to just take some glue and just glue this down here. Now I was thinking as well to put a fabric sort of spine down there. Now Andy bought me these for Christmas. They were in my stocking, and these are for cake making, but he knows that I use sort of like the Amazon gift cards to do my paint and stuff, so he brought me these thinking that they might be help me do this. So all I'm going to do is rub the glue. It's quite a runny glue, this one. Now I'm going to make a big mess, aren't I? Okay, let's just wipe this off so I don't get too sticky. Pop that down, take one of my papers. I'm not going to go quite up to the spine. Well, I am sort of, but not over the spine, just sort of up there like that. Make sure, oh, that's stuck down quite well actually. I'm going to take another one, a clean one, and just make sure that's stuck down nicely. There we go. I'm going to turn over. I'm going to stick this one down, and then I can get rid of the sticky one from underneath. Let's just... If you have a nice even spread of your glue, it's obviously, it sticks better, and then you haven't sort of got any sort of like lumpy bits in it. Just wipe some of this glue away. That's the word, try and keep sort of cleanish. Let's take another piece of this, put that on there. Oops. I'm going to just wipe that off. Take the clean one, make sure we are stuck down. Perfect. Okay. Oops, can I pick that up? I'm going to get rid of this because that's sticky. Because I don't want the paper to stick to it, so I'm going to do that. Sorry if I hope it doesn't go blurry on you. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to fold these corners up. So let's just do it so you've sort of like got a nice angle on there. What should we use? Just use that. Get these corners all nice like this and fold it in like that. Then hopefully we'll get a nicer corner on these. Let's just... I'm not going to cut it off. I'm not worried about the sort of thickness of it. That could come down just a little bit more. There we go. So many different ways of covering, doing journal covers. So this year, like I said, I'm going to try and cover. I'm going to try and, you know, go through a few different ways of making journals. So we started off quite simple this month, haven't we? So we will get to a nice where you're quite confident in making sort of journals. So there we go. I'm going to stick that down. So that's the cover. Super simple. And we'll do this one, fold this, and then we can glue it all together. In there. There we go. Push that down. I was intended to do a video yesterday, but what happened was the postman turned up, and I'd ordered some molds, resin molds, but in heart shapes. So what did I have to do? I had to have a play, didn't I? So I had lots of fun yesterday, and then Andy asked, he said to me, are you going to do a video? I said, yeah. He said, well, it's 5 o'clock. And I was like, oh, couldn't believe the time had gone so quickly. I was having so much fun. So I didn't really have time to have a video, edit it and get it on last night. So here we are today. So I had a nice play day yesterday. There we go. Perfect. And these are, look at these. This is how much I was playing. Look at all these lovely hearts. This is what I was making. Having a really good play. Look at that. Oh, they are just, I got hearts in hearts. I got hearts with beads in. Oh, I had so much fun. And look, I've even got a little spotty heart that I made. So I will be doing a tutorial on these. Now I've had a good play. And these two, this one I made into a necklace. But they've got, oh, just so much fun. Look at that. They've got little diamantes on them as well. So yes, that was my day yesterday, having a lovely play. So let's get this stuck down. I'll probably fast forward this a little bit, so just to stick these bits down. Okay, so this is the last bit, just what I'm going to stick these down. So that didn't take too long. Let's just stick this last piece down, and then we'll probably just leave this to dry a little bit. Just make sure they're all stuck down nicely. Definitely need my wet wipes today. There we go. Perfect. I've got a little bit in there. Where's my little glue gun? Glue bottle. Let's just poke a bit in there. Make sure that's all stuck down. Perfect. Look at that. Lovely. So that's the front. Like that. So that looks nice. Now let's just pop the lid on here. And the lid on this one. Just find the lid. Okay. That's lovely, isn't it? So super simple. The other thing I was going to do is just cover maybe just the ends of here. I've got some of this, which is just like a calico sort of fabric, which I'm thinking of popping down the spine anyway, but I just don't want to see this end bit. So I might, unless I sew around the whole thing when this is on it, maybe I will do that, then I won't have to cover that piece up. Yes, I think that's what I'll do. Okay, let's pop the pin in there before I lose it. Stick that in there. So this is just some calico, so you can use any fabric, and if you don't have fabric you can always just cover that up with a little bit of paper or something. Now the other thing was our little cover. Now I'm going to put that on there like that. So what we did last time, we cut this in half. Shall we just cut this in half? Let's just find the middle. Fold that in half like that, and then we'll just cut that down. I think that's about right. This is the one I want. Yeah, that's perfect. Pop that on there. So that goes down. This one will go on the back like that, which is lovely. And then again we're going to have this down the front. Now I think that will look really nice. Now Not sure whether I'm going to, this will go on afterwards. I did have another one piece there, but I think what I might do, I think I might just pop this, stick this down the front, down the back, once we've sewn in our signatures. I think that will look nice, won't it? So the other thing I was going to do is just grunge these up a little bit, and I wasn't quite sure whether I was going to sew those on before I put the inside bit. Now I've got another piece of this which I think I'm just going to pop on the inside. Look, that's changing colour because I've stuck that glue on there. Pop that on there. I do have little corner thingies that I might put on there, but let's see. I think I'm just going to rip this one in half. I shall just rip this down, I think, because you won't see the side of it. Let me just use this so I don't make a... So they will go on the inside, which I think will look nice. And then we can pop something on there anyway, something shabby. So all of this will go together. So this is the inside bits, and then we can decorate that. I can pop a little fabric pocket or something on the front if need be. But let's just turn this over. Now, what was I going to do? I was going to, I think I might, see, that's quite nice on the front as well, isn't it? Decisions. I was going to put that one on there, and I was thinking about popping one of these little books on the front with a little bit of something on there. Maybe I'll do that because I quite like that one. Okay, so I think I will, yes, I'm going to just grunge up the edges. So again, I'm just going to use this, just go around the edges now. But that just takes too long. Sometimes that's quite fussy to do. So I'm just going to, I'll just speed this up because it takes a little while to do. But when you do it, just be gentle and try not to rip it. Okay, so there we go. That's all nice and scrunched up. Let's just get rid of all the little bits. Now I'm going to just show you what I did with the outside, with the inside covers. I just took that and I just rubbed it around the edge like that. So that's really quick and simple. So then this will sort of match the inside cover. I will sew it around this, I think, on this one. Now again, obviously that's optional if you're going to follow along with me making one. Depends whether you have a sewing machine and you like to sew paper, but I love to sew paper. It's so much fun. If you've got a sewing machine and you're worried about sewing paper, just change your needle. Have a needle for paper. I don't sew fabric for any reason other than to make embellishments or things like that. So I just have the same needle, and I've just used the same needle that I use that was in the machine anyway originally, so it's just a standard needle. So just have a play, because it's so much fun, and I guarantee if you've not sewn paper before, you will, once you start, you will absolutely love it. And you could probably pick up, if you don't have a machine, just pick up a cheap one from somewhere, or you might have family and friends that will lend you one for a little while, just to give it a go. So there we go. So they're all grungied and distressed. Still a little bit there, so go over it, don't just go over your dobber. But lovely. So what I'm going to do next, I'm just going to quickly pop to the sewing machine and sew around that before we stick it onto the inside of the outside of the cover. So 2 seconds. Okay, perfect. So there we go. That's the two sewn around. Quite simple. That goes that way, that goes that way. I haven't sewn down this one because we don't need to. I've just gone around the edge here. So I'm going to just stick that on. Actually, I'm going to ink around the edge of this, I think, before, just to give this, oh, where did that come from? I don't know where that came from. There we go. Let's just go around this edge like that. Just a quick ink. I think I might have to get some more ink from somewhere. I don't know where. I might have one in my stash. I have a little drawer which I have bits and pieces in. So when I see something on offer or whatever, I will go and buy it, because if it's something I know I'm going to use, like the ink, then it's not going to go to waste. Definitely. Just a little bit of ink. We can always go back and do a little bit more, can't we? So let's just stick this. I'm not going to sew around the inside one, I don't think, because I'll just stick that down. That will do for now. So let's pop this on there. Stick that on, and then we can have a really lovely spine. So I might stick that on and then maybe pop some lace or something over it, but we have to sew in obviously the signature first. So shall I just ink that up, stick this down? Let's do what we did just now. Pop this on. I want it to ooze out everywhere, but I do want it around the edges. But I don't want to ooze out, because this is digital paper and I've printed it, and it will smudge. It will sort of like change colour if you get too much glue on it. So let's just go like that. Is that level? Levelish. I can't move it now, so I hope it's level. Not that it really matters too much. Okay. Lovely. That's one side. Let's do this side. Get the rest of that glue off. Oops. Should have kept, oh no, I can feel glue on my finger underneath. I hope I haven't gone and splodged it. Oh, a little bit, but that's okay. Just a little bit there. That's not too bad. Okay, there we are. go, that's our front and back cover covered. So look at that, that's lovely, isn't it? Isn't that just gorgeous? I'm loving that. So make sure I don't have any glue on here. We're going to turn that over and I'm going to stick these down. So I've ripped that one, so they need to sort of go this way and this way. Now I'm not going to ink around it because I want it to sort of almost blend in with the other bit on there. I do have a bit of white on this bit. Let me just cut that down a tiny little white line. Oops, not very straight, but that's okay. There we go. I'm going to pop that on there. Just glue those two on. Perfect. Let's just do that. The glue I use is this one I always use, is the condensed one, and it's just a tacky craft glue. So I believe you can get that in different places, but I buy mine from a Spanish website. I know you can get it in Europe, so I'm not sure where else you can get it. But any tacky glue, like I say before, any tacky glue will do. They are virtually all the same. And just use a school PVA glue as well. You don't have to have anything too posh. Oh my gosh, I'm making such a gluey mess. I'm so untidy today. Let's take another one of these. Lovely. There we go. So it's all stuck down. Is that gluey in there? Not really, is it? Take a little bit more. That's better. Perfect. A little bit of glue. Again, you can use double-sided tape if you wanted double-sided tape on here. Whatever you want to use, whatever you're comfortable using. And like I said, you don't have to spend lots of money on glue and things like that. So it doesn't have to be an expensive hobby, crafting. It's only an expensive hobby if you buy everything that's out and about, isn't it? There we go. But I do get tempted to buy things, so that's my problem. Oops. Because if you're in a craft store or somewhere that you think you can use something, it's very tempting to just purchase it, isn't it? Well, it is for me. Oh, look, messy. Okay. I'm going to leave that for a second to dry. Look at that. That's fabulous. I love it. Okay, guys, I'm going to give that just 5 minutes to dry. I'm going to tidy up my gluey mess and then I will be back. Okay, so that took a little bit longer than I thought because I went and put the washing out. We have beautiful weather today, absolutely gorgeous. So the washing can be drying in the garden. So now, where was I? Now I was going to put this on the inside and the outside, but I think it's going to be too thick for the inside, so I'm going to leave that one for the outside, I think. So I'm going to cut this. This is the one that I used in the one before. I think I did, but it's just like a cotton, so very thin cotton, which I might just stick down on the middle, in the middle bit, I think. And then we can sew in our signatures then. And then we can, this one I'm gonna actually sew the signatures in first and then embellish the pages on this one. So how big, what should we do with this? Shall I just pop that on there? stick that on there and then measure it out. Or shall I make the holes first? Oh, decisions. I think I'll just stick this down. Let's just stick this down. So let's go. I don't want anything on the bottom because I want this to sit flat on my shelf, but I'm going to just stick this in. So that's the front. I'm going to get some fabric glue. Where's my fabric glue? Oh, where is my fabric glue? What did I do with that? Oh, that's strange. There it is, right beside me. Tidying up. That's the problem, isn't it? Tidying up, then I can't find anything. We always have this problem. Right, I'm going to just do this with my finger. Let's just go down. Just down that edge. Just so we can get some glue in there. Okay. Oh, it's a nice sticky one today. Now, let's just see if we can get this even. Just a little bit at the top. I think I will just cut that off at the bottom. Stick that down. Okay, let's get my little tools. Stick that. I think I just got a little bit of glue in there, so that can go. Is that the right place? I think that's the right place. Perfect. And that just bends up. So stick that in there. Lovely. Now I'm going to turn this around and just glue this down onto here. Just a little bit. Oops, don't want that bit in there, do we? Let's just glue that down. I don't mind if you've got little bits sticking up. Get rid of that. Oh my gosh, I'm so sticky today. There we go. And then this side. Pop a little bit. You can see the glue is changing the colour of this paper on there. I probably maybe should have put pattern paper or something instead, but we can probably cover it up if it's going to look a bit untidy. We shall see. Okay, that's lovely. A little bit at the top poking out, and then that just folds up perfect, doesn't it? I like these little bits when they poke out the top, but I really don't want it poking out the bottom because I want it to sit on my shelf nicely like that. So I am just going to chop that off. Oh, not a very good job, but it's okay. Okay, lovely, lovely, lovely. That's your inside. Let's just chop that little tufty bit off. So that's our middle bit. Let's just go down those sides. No. Perfect. So this is the size of that, isn't it? Because I was going to pop this on the outside, but I'm not going to now. But what I'm going to do is mark on here. Put the lid on there. Let's mark out. Pop that to dry. So I'm going to do this in centimetres because oh gosh, I need a pencil. Where's the one? There we go. This will do. I'm going to do it in centimetres because it's 4 centimetres, and then I got the 2, which is the middle, and then the 3, and then the 1. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a hole in there, like that. Let's just measure that way. Let's measure 2, so 1, 2, 3 centimeters, like that. And then I'm just going to go draw a line down. Then I really should keep this as a template. Oh, that was clever. I really should sort of keep this as a template, shouldn't I? Let's just go down like that. Whoops. Let's see, I'll try and get it. It's quite simple when you've just got one signature to sew in. But when we've all got 3, we want to get them as even as we can, don't we? So that's 21. So we want to do 7. No, we don't. It goes into 7 there, doesn't it? Let's just find the middle. So we want 10.5. So we want, that's the middle. So then we want 5.25. Oh, I don't want that one. Let's get rid of that one. 5.25. There we go, don't we? I'm going to do it like this because I was going to confuse myself. What do you reckon? Don't like that. We don't want that. We want to go a bit further, don't we? So I'm going to do it. If that's half, my maths is dreadful. I want to be sort of like this much up, don't we? So I'm going to do it 7.5. I'll tell you this in a minute. Let's just work this out. Let's do it on the other one. So I'm going to do this. Right, we're 21 on here. So half of 21 is 10.5. And then I don't want to go down. I want to go to about there. So I was going to do 7.5, wasn't it? So I'm going to pop a little bit there. So we want to go to 7.5 here and there. Does that look even? It does, doesn't it? Let's do this again. So that's going to be 3, 10.5 and 17.5. So if you're going to do it, this piece is 21 centimeters or 8 3/8 of an inch, but I find it easier in centimeters. So you want to do 3 centimeters, 10.5 centimeters and 17.5 centimeters, which I need to do this one as well because I completely messed that up. So we want to do 3. So it doesn't look very straight, does it? There. So let's just do that. So I know where the line is. Gosh, I missed a muck up of that one, didn't I? Let me just get my book. Let's open this up. Doesn't really matter where. I'm going to just make a hole through these. Just so I've got a template, because trying to work this out on my journal would be absolutely impossible for me. There we go. Pop that down. Okay, so that's a rough guide, isn't it? Now we want to pop this onto here. This goes in the middle. I reckon that goes in the middle. And then we want to, do you think I should probably clip it, shouldn't I really? And take this, just so it doesn't move, because no my luck, that will move. I'll get another one. Then we've got our holes, I hope. So I hope your maths is a little bit better than mine. There we go. Okay, what do you think? Think that's in there? Ta-da! Oh, look at that. That looks straight, doesn't it? That looks pretty straight, so I'm quite happy with that. Right, oh, lots of nice big holes in there. I'm going to keep that somewhere safe. Famous last words. Oh no, we need to do this. So the only thing that I'm going to do, we're going to make sure these are up the right way. I'm going to put this onto there, like that. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm going to put this on here like this. I'm just going to take one of them. Let's move all this out of the way. Make sure that's level. That's where I want them, isn't it? Like that. I'm going to take my pencil and just mark like that. I could have probably done it with the thingy, couldn't I? Get rid of that. I'm going to just pop a hole through these. Is it that one? No, that one's got 4. Which is the one that I took it from? Is it this one? Let's pop that in there. Pop that in there like that so we know where to punch the holes. Oops. I'm going to take the mid one of this, pop it into here. I'm not going to go through it, I'm just going to mark it. Actually, I'm just going to mark this. No, I won't. I'm going to go through it. Pop that through. Take that top one out. Oh, if I can. I don't want to make those holes any bigger, so I'm just going to use one of these. That's gone through. Take the top one of these and pop it into here. And then we've got the 3 of them done. So there we go. It's a bit around the mulberry bush that was, wasn't it? But let's see. Okie dokie, that goes in there, that goes in there, that goes in there. Actually, this one goes round to this way, doesn't it? Okay, they're done. Our little thingamajig, a little box of needles and binding bits. So let's go through this. So I've left quite a bit of room in there because if I do want to add more in, then we can. So let's have a look. Let's go through. So I want to have 1, 2, 3. So it's a rough guide. So we want 3 of these. When you're making a journal, it's sort of like roughly 3 lengths of the size of your journal or your pages. So it gives you a rough guide. As always, I'd rather have too much than too little. There we go. Pop that in there. Let's get a little needle out. These are embroidery needles that I'm using. So you can get them all sorts of different sizes. This is quite a small one. Okay, what should we have? Does it really matter which way round they go? Actually, I don't think that one went in the middle, so I'm going to put this back in the middle one, like that. So then we've got 3 different colours on the outside. So let's put that one in the middle, that one. I'm going to start from, gosh, have I confused you completely now? I think I've confused myself. That's the front, so I'm going to start at the back. Okay. Let's thread our needle like that. Open this up, seeing there's nothing in there in this journal. Oh, will that go through? Let's hope that they just go through nicely. Oh gosh, it's a good start, isn't it? Can't get my needle through. There we go. Right, so we will go through the middle one. Let's try and keep this straight. Oh, down through that one, through this holes. Come on, through you go. Like that, and then we go down through here, and down through there. What we want to do is go back down through this middle one, like that. Do you think we can go through all the way? Probably not. Let's go through. Oh. Ta-da! There we go. Okay, let's pull this through. Take that needle off. Now, which way are we? This way. Right, so what we want to do, I'm not going to pull it too tight. Once you've done that, you want to put one of the ends one way and one the other way, the other side of this piece in the middle. Then you want to sort of like pull that tightish, like that. So then that goes in. So that's your first signature. I'm not going to do that up in case I have to sort of like wiggle them around, but that looks pretty good. Now we shall do this one. Let's thread our needle a little bit more. This covered in glue and ink today. Pop that through. Stick that in there. Now you can clip these together if you want them in, you know, so they don't move, but there's not a lot in them, so don't think we really need to do that. So that goes through there. You will come up through the middle one. No, I mean the middle end one. You can. Let's go through there. And then through here. It's a lot easier to do when you're not filming and you can have it sort of closer to you. It's not easy to do when you've got it sort of arm's length away from you. Right, let's go through that middle one. Let's pull that down. Oops. Sometimes I really do make it look like a bit of a palaver, but it's not that bad. Let's pop that in there, through there. Oh my gosh. Let's go in there. I'm trying not to sort of like pierce the thread that I'm pushing it through. Ouch. Mind your fingers. Right, let's pull that one either side. Pull that, and then we've got the other one. There we go. Well, we have two. We have two in. Let's do the last one. And then I think we will do the spine on the outside, because I've got some lovely bits of sort of lace and stuff I might actually stick on there as well. It's not very clean in there. A lot of bits of fluff and dust on that bit. Okay, that goes through there. Through this one. it's a lot easier to sew in the signatures when you don't have anything in your book. So it all depends, because I'm not going to put a huge amount in this. It's quite nice to do it, you know, sew them in before I put the stuff in. But if you know you're going to be making a big fat journal. Okie dokie, sorry, I had to change the battery. I was faffing around so much that the battery went. Right, so I've sewn in the last signature, you will be pleased to know. So that's looking lovely. So I'm going to put my needle away before I stab myself with it or lose it. So all I'm going to do now, if you look at this spine, everything's in there nice and neatly. So I can tie these up properly. So just make sure your thread is either side of your main bit, and then I just do 2 sort of little knots like that. Let's do the next one. Where's the middle? There we go. Pull that sort of tight, not too tight, and then just pull that down. Perfect. Again, pull it just a little bit tight. Oops, and a couple of little knots in there. Now I'm going to cut these off just to there, not quite sort of like there. I don't know, I might dingle dangle something off, well, not dingle dangle, but pop a little flower or something on these. I'm not sure yet, but I don't want them hanging from the bottom, because I like it at the moment. I'm liking them just sat on my shelf. Look at that, that's fabulous. Okay guys, so we did it. So we've got 3 lovely signatures in there. So you've got a nice little space in there as well, so you can pop, if you want to do something bigger on this bit, which we probably could pop our little bags on there, couldn't we? And then, you know, when this goes together, there is a little bit of room there, so things aren't going to get really squashed. But I am loving that so far. Probably stick this down a little bit more, but love it. So that's the spine. So shall we decorate the spine? Let me open it up like this. So we can decorate it now that we've sewn this in. Let me just turn it around this way, because I think that will look really pretty. As I'm going to just snip this off, because that's what I'm going to use as the base of it anyway. Let's stick my pin back in there. I might give this a little bit of an iron just so those bits are, which side is better. I quite like that scraggly bit, just so they're over on the right bit. So while I was doing the washing, I was having a think about this, and I've got this bundle of lovely bits and pieces in here, which I might make like a little sort of scrappy spine. Look, I've got this. I've had this for so long. I've had this for about 5 years. I remember it was a really funky top that I got in a charity shop in the UK, and it had all of this on it. It was really funky, but it was absolutely perfect for cutting up and adding to my journals, because I have lots. I've used it lots and lots. So what do you reckon? That will do for now. I'm quite liking this one. I used this actually in one of my nautical journals, which are sat on my shelf needing finishing. So that's going to have to be a project at some point. So what do you think? This, I'm loving this colour. I wonder what I coloured that with, because that's really nice, isn't it? I think I just use this too. What's that piece? That's lovely. Shall we just make a really funky, nice little like a snippet. A snippet, that's what we could call it. A snippet one, couldn't we? Let's just, I'm going to cut this. Sorry, I'm trying to think and talk and it's not working very well today. Okay, let's just cut this a little bit out. I love this. This is such a beautiful colour. A snippet spine, that's what I was going to call it. That would look beautiful, wouldn't it? On the shelf. Can you imagine that on the shelf? Like that? Oh, love it. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, so this is the right length, isn't it? Is that the right length? I want to have this. I want this covered up. I don't really want to see that. Like that. I suppose it won't if I stick it, will it? I think that will be okay. So I'm going to do it the size of this. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm not going to iron it. There's no point in ironing it if I'm going to be sticking all sorts of bits on top. But I'm loving that like that. I think that looks beautiful. We've got this lovely piece of lace. Do we need all of that? Do you think we need it all? Looks nice over the top of that, doesn't it? Then I've got this. Maybe I'll just sort of uncle. Be careful because it goes over the edge as well. Right, I'm going to just pop some of this on and I'm going to just sew it on my sewing machine. I'm going to take this off. I will pin some of this on. This is quite nice as well. All these colours are beautiful, aren't they? Take that piece off. Should we have that? I'm going to take that off. I'm going to put that over the top of it because I think that will look really nice. Do you think we need anything sort of browny, seeing it's sort of shabby and vintage? Oh, actually I could use, I'm loving this, I could use some of these, not those. Oh, I could actually stick some of these on, couldn't I, on the spine? Oh, little flowers. Oh, I like that idea. What have we got? We've got some little bits in here. We want the pinkies. This is what we coloured the other day. And look at these. They just go absolutely perfect, don't they? Okay, let's just get this. Oh, look. Should we have a little bit of shiny on there? I quite like that. I'm going to put that over the top. That sort of like mutes that down a little bit, doesn't it? Did that just fall out? There we go. I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to see what we got left and I'm going to add a few bits of this. Let's pop that little bit in there. Like that. Perfect. Right, I'm going to get some pins. I'm going to pin that. Oh, I like this little bit. That's quite nice fabric on there. I'll have to use my big ones because they're to hand here. Let's just pop a few pins in so it doesn't go everywhere when I'm trying to sew it. It probably won't look like this by the time I've got to the sewing machine, but you get the idea, don't you? I'm just going to go, just stick this, we go in this way. Right, that's going to be the start, and then I can add little ruffles of this, I think, on there in a minute and sew it on. Alright guys, 2 seconds and I will just sew around this bit. Okay, so what I have done, I've just done some lines, sewn some lines down through there, some stitching, so it's just gone straight down. Love it. Absolutely love it. Let's just get rid of some of these little bits off here. Get these, oops. Now, oh god, let's have a look. Oh, I hope it looks nice. Let's just open it out. Let's get my pins out of the way. Oh, look at that. That's going to look fabulous, isn't it? Pop it together. That will just sit on there like that. Oh, that's going to look lovely on the shelf, isn't it? Beautiful. Right, I'm going to take little bits of this, I think, and just make some little ruffles. Let's just take a bit, just a few. Just a little snippet off. So as I sew it, now this will probably be sort of the middle. I'm just going to ruffle it up as I sew it, like that. Probably in a funny old little directions. So we're going to have a little bit of pink. Shall we have a bit of green? Because that will work, won't it? Because we've got green in there. Or should we go for the blue? Blue in there. Maybe I'll go for the blue. A little bit more blue. And I'm going to go for just a bit more pink. Lighter pink. And why not? Let's go for a little bit of green on there. Just a tiny bit. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go and ruffle them up. I could probably pre-ruffle them and stick them on. But I think it's going to be easier just to sew and ruffle at the same time. Okay, let's see what I can come up with. So 2 seconds. Oh, I absolutely love that. I think that's come out absolutely gorgeous. Oh, fabulous. So a little bit of seam binding on there. Looks beautiful. Let's see what it looks like on here. So a snippet spine. How beautiful. Well, I'm definitely going to be making more of these. Look at that. Doesn't that look gorgeous? Right, what I will also do, I will probably pop a few of these on. Now I'm going to have to make some more of these, aren't I? Look at this. Just beautiful. Look at that. Maybe a couple of little diamante bits in there. What do you think? I've got some lovely ones from BB Craft. Beautiful little diamantes on here. Look at that. These are the ones that you sew onto clothes. But look at that. I will probably stick those on. Oh, I love it. Oh, how shabby and pretty is that. Perfect. Now, what I'm going to do, we're going to have to try and stick this on here, aren't we? Shall I glue gun it? Shall I pop my glue gun on a minute? Just love it. Look at that. Look at that. Now, I think I might have to just snip that little end bit off. Now, do you think we could just glue, I think we could probably glue that together, couldn't we? So we don't see the top pages. Oh, I love it. Absolutely love that. Cut that little bit off the bottom, but nice and scruffy. What do you think, my little book? Do you think one of these would look pretty on there? Look at that. That's nice, isn't it? Oh, I was going to put that on there, but it doesn't need it anymore. Look at that. Oh, I'm going to embellish it afterwards, I think. I think it's probably enough for today of putting all this on here. So let's just give me 2 minutes. Just let me heat my glue gun up and we will stick this on, and I think that will be enough for today. So, and then, well, I'll glue these on as well, make it look all pretty. So just 2 seconds while my glue gun heats up. Okay, so let's get this stuck on. I've had a little sort of a bit of a tidy up. So I'm just going to, I just love that. I think that looks so, so pretty. So I'm going to just glue it. I'm going to start with this top bit. I'm going to just pop a little bit of glue just on this bit, just in case it's a little bit wibbly wobbly. Let's have a look. What do you think? Stick that on. Put that down. So that will just sit like that on there. Lovely. Okay, that's in the right place. That's not. Good job we haven't embellished the inside, isn't it? Because it'll be an absolute mess in there. Right, so that's perfect. So let's just put these in here. Let's do this bit. Stick that down. Good old glue gun. Do love my glue gun. There we go. Pop that on. Oh, most definitely going to be making some more snippet little ones like this. They are just fabulous, aren't they? A snippet spine. Beautiful. Let's just stick. Gosh. There we go. And I like the way I've actually covered up the where you sew it in. I think it looks really nice as well. Okay, should we stick that down? Stick that onto there. Like that. I'm going to leave that bit for a minute. I am going to just stick this down along here. Oops. Need another glue stick. I do have a nice supply of glue sticks now, because I've been using my glue gun a lot lately. So that's the sort of thing that whatever you use the most, obviously try and get like a little supply of it. Whenever you pop out, just pick one or two of the things you use the most up, like glue sticks or glue or something like that, if you see it on offer. I think that's probably one of the best advice that I could give you, so we're not you know, you're not spending out when it's so expensive. Look at that. Oh, lovely. I love it. I love it. I love it. Right, I'm going to stick that bit down. That looks beautiful, doesn't it? So I'm going to pop some little flowers on. I'm going to stick this bit down, I think, but I don't want to put too much glue. I don't want to be able to see it. Stick a little bit there. What do you think? I think that looks fabulous. So that's the back, and that's at the front. So we could actually even put the flowers so they come around the side, couldn't we? Doesn't that look nice? Oops. There we go. A little bit of gluey string there. Shall I stick that down? Just gently. That's hit right on the edge of that, hasn't it? That's lovely. Now, what I will do, I'm just going to snip this off. Just a little bit. That's better. So like I said, when it's sat down, it's not all runkling up. But that looks good. Love it. Don't you think that looks so, so pretty? So what we're going to do, open it up, and I'm going to stick some of these on now. Gosh, let me just get all the glue off my fingers. Which way round? Do you think up here like this? I don't want it to sit right on the edge. So I think they're going to have to sort of think I might have that pink one there. Let's have a little blue one. And maybe I'll pop that one on top. Right, that's where they are going to go. So just a rough idea. Blue one. Green one. And I'm going to pop this little pink one sort of in the middle there. What's that like? Perfect. Stick them down. Now I'm going to add these. Because we've got this sort of like shiny silver in there, I think these would look really, really nice. Now I need to get, I think I need to get my tweezers to do this, because I will make a big mess otherwise. Oops. Hold that down, pop a little bit of glue in there. Just take another one up the right way. Hold that down. Oh my gosh, I think these are so lovely. Oh, my bookshelf by the end of the year is going to look beautiful, isn't it? Oh my gosh, if I can pick this up. I'm trying to do it with my left hand, that's probably why. There we go. Gluey strings. Oh, look at that. Just beautiful. Now I could go around there, but if it's going to go in the bookshelf, I don't want it to rub too much on this side, because I don't want to, we'll see. We'll see. I can always make some more, but shall we pop some down here, just a little bit lower down? What do you think? What have we got? Oh, definitely going to have to make some more, aren't I? Shall we just have 3 of them in a little bundle there? I think so. On there. Little blue one there. The green one. Just pop you in there. When you push them in the middle, they sort of like fluff up, don't they? Right, shall we have a few more of these on there? Another 2. So yeah, these are from BB Craft, so I'll pop a link down to that, but I know that you can purchase them in other places as well. Okay, so I'm going to have to definitely carry on with this tomorrow. I don't have time today because I've got to get the Friday freebie up and running and out, or videoed anyway. So that's what I'm going to do this afternoon. Oh my gosh, Butterfingers. There we go. Let's squash these down. Oh, well, I think that was a big success today. I'm absolutely loving that. I think that looks beautiful, doesn't it? So there we go, guys. It's probably quite a long video today, but we've managed to do our beautiful journal. Really, really lovely. Really, really simple. Nice, plain pages. So we can then, like I said, we can pop these in, just embellish it a little bit. Maybe I'll use something there that will go with this as to make a little snippet pocket as well. I think that will look beautiful. So there we go, guys. That's it for today. Absolutely loving what I've done today, so I hope you do too. So thank you so much for joining me. Have a fantastic rest of the day. Please stay safe, take care, and I will see you soon. All right, guys, bye bye.